path?
Look, it was an hour and a half. I thought we got a lot done in a short period of time. Overall, I'm pleased with the conditioning level of these guys for the most part. And we'll look at the film and seems like we've been going here for a while. Today, obviously, changed with the pads, and from a period standpoint, we worked on a few different things. But overall, I was pleased.
Hey, Sean, what's this new normal like for you? Instead of us walking to the podium, you're here on the Zoom, and just what's all this sort of been like for you?
Yeah, you just get used to it. Coming to work every morning involves, getting an email, filling out your email, coming into the mobile unit, getting COVID tested, picking up your tracer. There's a handful of things, and so this is no different. I felt like we walked halfway through the facility to get to this interview room, so this might change, but anyway, all good.
Sean, we haven't had a chance to see a whole lot of Emanuel Sanders, but how has he been adapting to what you guys have been teaching and wanting from him so far?
I think, look, John, he's a smart player. Certainly played a number of years in this league, 11 years. He's a guy that transitions well. I think he's a good route runner. He's fairly elusive, and I think slowly but surely he's picking up the terminology and some of the nuances relative to what he's doing.
So what will be your plan with McCoy and Ruiz? Will they take turns every other day, every other week, or are you going to?
Yeah, look, we're evaluating both of them. They're both, getting plenty of work. McCoy's getting work at center, Ruiz at right guard, and then, probably every second or third day, we'll evaluate flipping them around. So we're rotating those guys along with Nick Easton inside. We feel like, obviously, all those reps are important, and I think overall, he's a pretty quick study.
Hey, Sean, are Josh Hill and Pete dealing with injuries today, or is that just an excuse absence?
Yeah, look, every day we've got a few things. Josh Hill's someone that, heading into camp, just had a tweak. We've been real mindful of where he's at. He's close to being back out on the field. So, I'm not going to go through daily injuries. You guys know that, especially during training camp.
Sean, what do you like about P.J. Williams, his range and ability to play middle of the field and that?
Well, I like the fact that he's smart. He's got good ball skills. He had a caused fumble today and an interception today. So he's one of those players that I think has good football IQ. So it's good to give him some additional work. He also is taking snaps at playing in the nickel, and so he's got some versatility.
Sean, understanding that it's very early in the process here, but what's kind of something that excites you about this offense in particular, this group of personnel that you have?
Yeah, look, we've got some veteran players that have been in the system. We've got some new additions. We're still working through some of the personnel groupings and wordplay guys, but overall, of course, it starts with the experience Drew has and coming back. I think it is very early.
Sean, I was curious about Juwan Johnson, who looks almost more like Jared Cook than some of the receivers. I know this always gets asked with bigger receivers, but what qualities kind of makes them more suited to wide receiver than maybe moving to tight end?
Look, that's a good question. I think, there are a few things that we saw. We saw a guy that we think moves and carries his pads well. He's a guy we think can help in the kicking game. And, if he's struggling out there at receiver, it's something that we've discussed that, I think he has that frame where he could come inside, but we like what we've seen so far with him outside.
Sean, with some of the college football seasons being canceled and stuff like that, do you ever consider reaching out to some of those coaches for consultation or something like that?
Look, we've got enough going on here. We pay attention to it much like you guys do, but outside of that, occasionally there'll be someone that I'm familiar with that I might have a conversation with about what they're going through. But we've got enough challenges just in the building here.
Sean, is having Gillikin here, is that at all about managing Thomas's reps, or is it, getting a look at an additional punter because of the season? Or
Yeah, look, he's done well. Obviously, he can give us kickoff snaps, he can give us punt snaps, and I think it just does two things. Number one, we're evaluating a good young player. Number two, it helps relative to the rotation when either Thomas or Will are taking a day where they're not going, live with their leg.
How much has Zach Vaughn been able to absorb quickly? Looks like he got some valuable work today.
Look, I think he stepped in and had a good practice today. I think obviously there's a learning curve, but I think he's handled it so far pretty cleanly.
John, I know you guys already had a pretty significant ramp-up period, but even with the pads on for the first day today, I mean, is there still a ramp-up period that exists now where, it's not really full contact for a little bit from a soft tissue and ligament standpoint, or is it full go?
Look, I think we've used up all our ramp-up terms in the word ramp-up. So we've ramped up plenty, and we're now there. There's no more ramp-ups. You only get so many ramp-ups, right?
Coach, can you speak about what you've seen of Tommy Stevens and his willingness to pick up other positions?
Yeah, look, he's working at the Y position. We're playing him some at the F position. He's athletic. He's young. He's got a lot to learn, but he's putting forth the energy and the study time to do it.
Sean, does going with 80, is that a significant difference in just your rotations and how many groups of players you have?
I think it affects you. No, I mean, we've done it before. I don't think it's that significant. Obviously, when you're into preseason games, it can affect you a little bit more. Right now, we're a little bit more in a preseason mode, much like you would be in college, getting ready to play a month from now.
Sean, I know this is a weekly question, but what's your evaluation of Jameis Winston after getting to see him throw and run some plays for a couple weeks now?
Look, he's doing well. I've been pleased. He's in great shape. He's got a real live arm. Man, I love his attitude, his work ethic. He's doing very well. All right, guys, thank you.